NorthJerseySports.com's original multimedia series talking all things ice hockey across North Jersey. We are back. This is Season 5, Episode 3. I am Corey Doviak, being joined by my illustrious panel of North Jersey hockey insiders. And the first guy I will introduce will be the only active head coach that you hear on the show tonight, and we will tell you why in just a moment. He is the head coach of the Riverdale Westwood ice hockey program, Kevin the Maven Sabella. What's going on, Kev?
Nothing, man. It seems like any time we do this show, it snows. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I could have swore the last time, or I don't know. It has snowed before.
You are very right. Every time it snows, we do this show.
Yes.
Well, I don't know what it is.
It's hockey. That's what it is.
Yeah, it is. It is. I guess. But, no, ready to go, man. Ready to go. As far as the Hawks go, we're treading water here. We're trying to get healthy. As far as county tournament goes, I think it's going to be a very interesting one. I think you have one very, very good team and a lot of other good teams. Passaic County-wise, I think you have good teams that are going to battle it out. And as far as Mr. Robinson goes, I haven't seen the big guy in a while, so I'm excited to talk to him on the phone.
Yes, let me.
It's always a pleasure talking with these two guys. But Mr. Doviak, what happened to our Radio Row program January 1st at City Field? You did not come up with the location for us to do this show at? What happened? You couldn't talk to Fred Wilpon and get us in there?
Credentials are very hard to come by, A. And B,
even at the Met Stadium.
Yeah, but here's the problem. You don't want me talking to anybody the day after New Year's Eve. I mean, it's just a bad idea all around. And the other voice that you hear there is our fearless leader over here. He's the athletic director at the venerable institution of higher education known as Fair Lawn High School. Hello, officially, Corey Robinson.
Hello to you both. And it's hockey night.
Yes.
And it's got to be hockey night again before Wednesday, before the county tournament start in Passaic and Bergen counties. And now it's probably, besides the state tournament, this is the next 10 days are the best part of the season as far as I'm concerned. So
yes.
Going to see a lot of good action, a lot of good matchups, and this is what the kids play for.
It's a hockey smorgasbord coming up in the next 10 days, as you said, and which has, well, first of all, we wanted to get back on the show so that we could reestablish ourselves after a little bit of a hiatus. So that is the purpose of tonight's show. And we have to do a little scheduling, mixing and shuffling here because we don't want any head coaches, especially Bergen County head coaches, on the show, because the seeding meeting for the Bergen County Tournament, as we tape this on Thursday night, the seeding meeting was supposed to be tonight. The weather canceled that. It is rescheduled for Friday, and we don't want anybody influencing the big guy who sits at the head table of the Bergen County Tournament Selection Committee. Right, Corey Robinson?
Kevin Sabella's at that table, too, so that is correct. We have a very good committee. We discuss everything that needs to be discussed. We analyze everything that comes across, and I do believe that we usually get it right. And as a former coach, I know that you're not always happy with where you're seated, and that's part of it. But we'll do what's right, and we'll hopefully get some good matchups on the ice, like we've had. Can somebody beat Don Bosco in Bergen County? We'll see. Passaic County looks a little bit more open, but Lakeland is a strong favorite on paper, so we'll see how both counties go.
Yes. So, but we do have a guest list tonight. It's a players-only edition of It's Hockey Night, and we are going to talk to four of them from all around North Jersey. We got an interesting mix. We're going to talk to Tenafly senior defenseman Nick LaRue. We're going to talk to Northern Highlands junior forward Marc Cinotti. We're also going to talk to Wayne's Dean Hulbert, the senior forward on that team of the combined program that used to be Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley, so it'll be interesting to get his thoughts there. And also we're going to talk to Dan Lipinski, a member of the Passaic Valley / Cedar Grove hockey program. We're going to do all of that, but before we get to the first one, I just have to ask Kevin Sabella. Kev, Corey Robinson in the selection meeting, he gets the big chair, right? He does most of the talking?
No, we're spread out.
he gets like the chair that's above, like the lifeguard chair. It's above everybody else, and then he just looks down and just strikes fire down on everybody. No, Corey does. He's a professional. He's been in the sport forever. I have to tell you, he does everything that's right for the sport, and especially in Bergen County. So we are lucky as coaches to have him. I can tell you that.
Wow. And maybe since I didn't get the credentials for City Field, Corey, maybe I can get credentials to sit in on the meeting and really take it all in. How about that?
I'll go one step better. You really, really want to have a friend for life. Next year's Winter Classic is already announced. Maven, you know who it is?
No, who?
Bruins at Blackhawks at Notre Dame Stadium.
Wow.
No way.
Yes way. Make it happen, Doviak. Come on.
All right.
Doviak, get on it.
As soon as we get
We're
off the phone with
official.
our
We're
last
established.
guest
We're
of
just
the
as good as
evening,
We're
Dan
just as
Lipinski.
good as the NHL Network.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As soon as we get off the phone with our last guest of the evening, Dan Lipinski of Passaic Valley, I'm going to get right to work on that. But we got a lot to do here tonight, and let's kick it off here. The players-only edition of It's Hockey Night as we welcome in our first guest. He is the senior Tenafly defenseman. He is Nick LaRue. Nick, thanks for joining us here on It's Hockey Night.
Thank you for having me.
It's interesting to get the players' perspective here at this time of the year. Tenafly, even on the season, 3-1. Is that correct?
After our game Tuesday night, I believe 4-1.
4-3-1. So better than break even on the season. 8 games in. Just give us a little rundown of the Tenafly season so far. Better than you'd hoped, or you 4-3-1. You happy with that? Where do the Tigers stand in your eyes right now?
I think we could have had a better record. We let a few games slip away early in the season. We're starting to pick it up now. We're finding our rhythm. We have a bunch of young guys, and we've got good depth throughout the roster. I think looking forward to the season, I think we should be pretty set.
Yep. Go ahead, Maeve.
Well, Nick, playing against you for the past couple years, it seems like you never come off the ice, and I always joke with Coach Escala. How do you go about doing that? I mean, do you pick your times when to go, when to hold up? I mean, is it something that you and him talk about? Explain to the listeners a little bit about that, because I marvel at that. I mean, we played you guys over at McKay, and it seemed like you never came off the ice.
I do look at who's on the ice for both my team and the opposing team, and I do pick spots of when I think it's best to rush, and when our team is going up on the attack, I do tend to glide a little, catch my breath. But yeah, I'm getting pretty used to it. I think this is my third year doing it now, so I've gotten pretty used to the endurance of it.
I think you do a great job. I mean, I know there's other players that do it as well, but playing against you and seeing you play, you do a nice job of doing that, especially versus Fairlawn, definitely.
Maybe you got to throw a little dig in there at the Fairlawn Cutters, huh? Nick, now, did your brother play defense years back, too?
Yeah, my oldest brother.
Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, he was on that team that lost to Randolph in the state quarters or state semis, and he played every minute of that game?
He was on the team that lost in the state finals to Summit in 2012.
Oh, okay.
But I believe they had 4 defensemen.
Wow, okay, that's a lot. And I guess you learned a little bit from playing with Matty Brown last year, because I'm sure he was doing the same thing, too.
Yeah, I learned a lot from him.
What about the fabulous freshman Gabe Reese? Is there any relation with you and him?
Yeah, we're actually cousins.
All right, you know what travel program he plays for, right?
Sea Caucus, right?
Correct, and you're speaking to his coach, so I am his coach. We are expecting some big things from him this weekend, so pass that little message along to him when you see him tomorrow.
Yeah, Nick, this appearance on the show was not about you at all. It was just about Corey hoping that he could get your cousin or your brother to work harder for the Mighty Mites of Sea Caucus. Go ahead, Corey.
Nick, what about one more question? Let's go one more question.
Well, you didn't even ask him one yet.
Oh, that's true. I did not. What do we look like going into the county tournament for the Tigers? You're entered into it. You qualified as an above 500 team. What are you looking for in the county tournament for the Tigers? Because it doesn't look like you've hit your best stride yet. And I saw the Fairlawn game. You handled us pretty easily, and I think you're a pretty good team. I just think that you may not have. The Montclair loss, I was expecting a little bit more there, but you rebounded from that. So what are your views going into the tournament?
I think we've got 2 big games this weekend. Those are must-wins. I think if we could come out of those with 2 wins, that's going to be great, and that's going to push us forward. I mean, we were definitely disappointed last year with our county's performance, so I think that should push us a little also. I'm not sure when the schedules come out or who we face, but I think whoever we play, we should be in a good game.
Well, luckily for you, the guy who is the coach of your brother or cousin and also involved with Fairlawn, Corey Robinson, is the head of the Bergen County Selection Committee for the tournament. So would you like to you have any favored first-round matchup that you'd like to maybe put a plug in for?
Riverdale.
Don't answer
He's
that
answering
question.
that one correctly. He's being quiet. He's anybody they play, they're ready for.
Yes. No preference.
So, Nick, I mean, talk about this team, some of the other guys who have been key for you. Give your teammates a little bit of a plug here. I know you're doing a lot of heavy lifting with all the minutes you're playing, but how about some of the other guys that have made it work for Tenafly so far?
Yeah, definitely. Up front, Julian Tallier, another senior, Andy Chang. They're just great all-around workers. They'll put the puck in the net, which is great. And then also we got juniors Socrates Raftis, Michael Rinaldi, Michael Anderson, also another senior. I mean, I can't do what I do without them. Whenever I go up, I know any of them are going to catch my back. I mean, if I give them the puck, I know if I get open, I'm going to get it back, maybe get a shot. And also back on defense, we rotate the other spot with 1 junior and 2 sophomores, Christian Rosado, Jack Nadrich, and Tommy Cohen. They're big help on defense. I mean, they're very strong defensively. I could rely on them whenever I mess up. And then back in goal, I think Charlie Goldman, the freshman, is coming away with the starting position here. He's just getting better every single game. I mean, he's getting accustomed to the high school hockey play, and it's great to see him grow.
That's an interesting point. What are the biggest adjustments to high school hockey that you have to make from travel? Just talk about that a little bit. It's interesting to hear for people who may not know the ins and outs of it.
Yeah, so when I was a freshman, it was a lot like I was playing against people who were 3 years older than me, like seniors who were just much bigger and much stronger, much faster. I mean, it took me a few games also to get used to that. And I'm sure for Charlie and Ned, I mean, having shots that are definitely much harder than what he faces in travel. And it's not sure what level he plays at travel, but it might be a faster paced game also, which is got to get used to that also.
Kev, I think no more coaches on the show ever. Listening to Nick LaRue talk. We don't need him. We don't need coaches.
No.
So in other words, are you saying we're firing Kevin Sabella?
That's fine.
Well,
we're not firing him. Come on. Got to keep him around a little longer, man. Although there's a lot of guys want that seat, man.
If he loses another defenseman, he may drop out willingly.
Nick, are you playing Riverdale this weekend?
I believe so on Saturday.
All right, well, score a hat trick.
Yeah.
I'll try.
Nick LaRue, senior defenseman for Tenafly. It was nice to have met you tonight. Thanks for joining us here on It's Hockey Night. You did great, man.
All right, thank you for having me.
All right, that was interesting stuff there with Tenafly defenseman Nick LaRue. And keeping on our theme this evening of no coaches on the guest list, we are going to bring in another player. Next up is the junior forward from the Northern Highlands ice hockey program. He is Marc Cinotti. Marc, thanks for joining us here on It's Hockey Night.
No problem. Hello.
So it's a great night to have you on. day after a big win over St. Joseph's Regional 3-2. Just give us a little rundown of that game, and it had to feel good for you.
It was a really tight game, pretty much throughout the whole first period. We broke through first, and then quickly it was tied up. And we also went up 2-1 after the first shift and second period. And it was really just a game of ups and downs, and it's just really good that we came out on top.
Yeah. Corey, go ahead.
Mark, how does the team approach the county tournament, which is coming up next week? I'm just looking at your schedule now. I see Del Barton is on that schedule before the county tournament. I guess that's going to be as tough a game as you're going to play this year. Is the team ready for that kind of challenge against Del Barton?
I think we're more than ready. I think we've proved throughout the games we've played so far. We kept up with St. Peter's early in the season when we weren't really that cohesive as a team. And I think we're ready to play Del Barton. And I think after that, I just really don't know who can stop us in the county tournament. I think we all have enough confidence that we can go in there and win.
Yeah. How about that, Maeve? A little confidence out of the Highlander pack.
You know what? Highlands is one team I really don't get a chance, to be honest with you, to see a lot because they play up at Sportorama, the Ice House. I know we play them late in the year. But Mark, let's get you guys going. What makes you guys click so far this year? I mean, I saw you tied Paramus 2-2, but then you guys go out and play, like you said, a tough St. Peter's team. You beat St. Joe's. Are you guys just coming around? Getting used to each other?
Yes, I think it's a lot to do with getting used to each other and how we all play, and it's really just coming together in the locker room before the game, make sure there's nothing going on bad before the game in between periods. Just the more we are as a team togetherness and everybody's okay with each other and we're all just like really good friends, I think that helps us a lot come together in those important games whenever we need it, because you're playing for somebody else as well as yourself.
Sure. Now, you guys veteran team? I mean, I know you're a junior, but you guys got a lot of seniors, good mix. What's the breakdown?
We're a fairly young team. We have 2 seniors. One of them is injured right now. Well, we have 3 seniors if you count our goal, but one of them's injured right now. And we have some juniors, but we also have a lot of sophomores and freshmen that play a lot, and it contributes to the team. Yeah, I think we're not really a veteran team, but I think there are guys who've been here for 2 to 3 years now and know how to deal with important games. It helps us out a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, if your coach is scheduling Del Barton next week and he's already scheduled St. Peter's, he definitely thinks a lot of what you guys are capable of. So that's a good sign. So I think this could be a really good season for you guys if you listen to Coach Beswick, who is obviously a really good coach. And what are you guys doing? What does the goaltending situation look like with your team? Is it a rotation, or do you have a clear number one kid that plays most of the games?
I think we're going to have a clear number one who plays most of the big games. It's John Werber. I think he's a really solid goalie, like very solid. And I think he contributes to our team heavily. But also we have a backup who's pretty good himself too, in Ian Fusco. So I think we're very solid with our goaltending.
And Corey
always
Robinson,
need 2 good goalies. Always need 2.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Corey Robinson, the former goaltender. That's music to his ears. If he could have 10, he'd have 10. So, so Mark, does it help you guys? Maybe as Coach Sabella said, not everybody gets to see you all the time because you play at a Sportorama. Do you guys like that maybe you're the outlier a little bit? Or, would you like to maybe see more of the... be able to be in the rink at the Ice House and see, watch a couple games, get to know people better. I mean, just talk about that aspect of it. Does it even enter your mind? Does it make a difference to you guys?
It does enter my mind a lot. I wish I was playing in the rinks where there are more teams in our league and where we could watch more guys. There's just generally more going on. I wish I played either the Ice House, the Ice Vault. Either of the two would be great places to play at. But I'm not really worried that we play at Sportorama. I don't feel like it hurts us. I just feel like it doesn't really help us as much as it would be to play a different rink. But nothing you can do about it. You just kind of live with it and deal with it as it comes.
How's the snack bar at Sportorama? I mean, I know at the Ice House it's great.
Snack bar. Well, they have whole wheat pretzels, which is always interesting, like big pretzels that are whole wheat. And I don't eat there very often, I'm going to be honest with you. Ice House snack bar is hard to compete with.
Yeah. I'm telling you, no more coaches ever on the show. Players only from now on. Kev, you got another one, or?
No. I'm looking forward to Highlands. I think they're going to. I can't even say surprise a lot of people,
right.
But I on the general theme of not many people have seen them. Corey will tell you too. You always kind of like that as a coach. I know as a player, like Mark said, you want recognition and everything else, but they're going to get their recognition. I can tell you that. I mean, they're a team that's, like Corey said, they're not afraid to play anybody. I think kind of like Tenafly and Nick, who we just got on, they're kind of hitting their groove at the right time. So I think they're going to be a team to be reckoned with. I see them as, I don't know. I mean, a top 6 seed somewhere in that range. So, they're going to give a lot of teams trouble in this county tournament in the States. I'll tell you that.
All right, Mark, we asked the same question of Nick LaRue of Tenafly, who we just had on before you. The Corey Robinson, who you're talking to here tonight, is the general counsel of the Bergen County Tournament Selection Committee. Would you like to make an impassioned plea for a first-round opponent, or in any way would you like to influence his vote?
I don't know. I don't really think that's necessary. I think whoever we get put up against, we should be able to take down. I think that's the right attitude, and that's it.
I think that is the right attitude, and that's the attitude we were looking for here tonight on It's Hockey Night. Great stuff. Marc Cinotti, junior forward from Northern Highlands. Thanks for joining us. It was nice to meet you here, and good luck going forward, especially in that county tournament.
Thank you.
All right, gentlemen, we will continue on and welcome in another player guest on this special snowy night edition of It's Hockey Night. We go out to Wayne as we welcome in Dean Hulbert. Dean, thanks for joining us here on It's Hockey Night.
No problem.
It's interesting to have you on. A lot of good things going on around the Wayne program, and it's weird to say the Wayne program without putting a Hills or a Valley at the end. Obviously, the first question I want to ask you is, how's that going, the integration of the two programs into one?
No, I like it a lot. I mean, the team loves it. We get so much more depth from it. I mean, there was no problem coming together. In the beginning, you could see like we were a little rusty together, but few practices, few scrimmages before the season and the jamboree, we started to click pretty early, and it was good to have like much more depth to the roster.
Did you guys know each other for the most part? I mean, generally, growing up playing wherever Wayne plays travel hockey. I mean, so did you know most of the guys coming in, or did you pick it up cold?
Oh no, for the most part, everyone knew each other. I mean, some kids played each other. Some kids play on the same team this year. Like Eric Krugeliak, Jared Cohen, and Chris Taranto, they're all on the same team. And you got 2 Hills, 1 Valley guy there. So we all knew each other, and we all played with each other, whether we were when we were young, like really young, squirts, peewees. But we all knew each other coming in, so it wasn't to get together and start gelling.
And the new uniforms are nice.
Oh, I love them a lot. I like the black ones a lot, too.
Yeah. All right, Corey, go ahead. I know you have a deep connection here.
Talk about adjusting to a new coach, because I guess both teams had 2 different coaches last year. Now this year, you both come together and you have a new coach. How does that? How's that working out? And it's definitely ought to be a little different since you played, I guess, for Coach Surse for 3 years, right?
Coach Surse, yeah. Yeah, no, it was definitely different. I mean, we had him for 3 years at Hills. The Valley guys had their own coaches there, but I think Coach Beller's doing a great job, and I think with the new coach, everyone knew that they had to prove themselves, and so it made everyone more hungry. That they know they had to fight for a spot, make an impression on him. So I think it made people hungry.
Go ahead, Maeve.
So the practices right off the bat, very competitive, a lot of juice going.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, a lot of battle drills and a lot of people fighting for getting on the top lines. But he did a great job, getting
great. Great, Kev, what do you got?
On the team.
Dean, just looking at, it seems like there's a lot of teams that are hovering right around 500, or a little bit above, like you guys are. So what's going on? What's going on with the Wayne Knights as far as, you guys beating some of the better teams? You had a couple tough losses. What's going on with that? What's the state of the Wayne Knights right now?
Right now we've been having some struggles. Beginning of the season, we started off hot. We tied Glen Rock, as we know, won the state title last year. and we were winning games early, and then we got on a little skid, and lately we lost to Morristown pretty bad, and Livingston, but we're just, I guess you could say, we got to play better defense. Starts there, and then our best offense is our defense. So lately we've been struggling, but we're looking to rebound tomorrow night. We have Lakeland, which it's a county team. We have the counties coming up, so we're looking to get back on track.
Dean, that was a surprise, that Livingston score. What specifically went wrong there?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I mean, they had a great goalie. I mean, the shots were 27-27 at the end of the game, and they still ended up 7-0. So I think we've got to bury our chances, and obviously play some better defense. We got to get the puck out and limit our turnovers, but we definitely got to bear down in front of the net and get more stuff to the net. I mean, the shots were 27-27, so it shouldn't have been 7-0.
Yeah. And you mentioned the county tournament. Now you got Lakeland before it happens, and then you're the 2 seed, they're the 1 seed. So how important is it to, result being what it will, but just to be competitive, just to see where it shakes out against Lakeland before the county tournament even starts? I mean, is there a little bit more hype for the, first one before you get to the county tournament?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we could definitely make a statement, send them a message tomorrow, and let them know that, they got the 1 seed, but if we could get past PV and then we catch them in the finals, most likely that we're coming for them. And especially we got past history with them when they beat us. I think the past 3 years in the county tournament, so twice in the finals. So there's definitely some unfinished business, and we need to make a statement tomorrow.
Dean Hulbert fired up for the Lakeland game, Maven.
No, definitely.
Yeah. Hey,
Go ahead. There's definitely a rivalry there, so I would like to win that one tomorrow and beat them in the counties.
And I think, Corey, right, Mr. Belger was Mr. Crouch's assistant over at Lakeland.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm sure there's a couple of sodas going to be bet on that game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Belger and one of our assistants both were at Lakeland. Yeah,
2 former Hawks, Mr. Doviak.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
One more question, Dean. Who is going to win the Georgia-Alabama National Football Championship game next week?
I got my money on Alabama, no doubt.
I figured that, huh? Figured he was a Tide guy.
That's figurative money, right? That's not real money that we're talking about.
No. Figurative.
You preface that by saying if you were a betting man, right? But you're not.
Yeah. No, I think Alabama's powerful, and they come up big in the big games.
Listen, we got all the bases covered here on It's Hockey Night. We know that Lakeland and Wayne Hills have a hockey rivalry. We know that Dean Hulbert is the best Hulbert in the Hulbert family. Is that true, Corey Robinson?
I'm not going there, man. I'm not going. My son loves playing with Luke, so I'm not going there.
Hey, right, because Luke's on your team, so you got to curry a little favor over there. And we know that Alabama is going to win the college football national championship. It was an informative couple of minutes here on the phone with Wayne's Dean Hulbert. Dean, thanks for joining us on It's Hockey Night, and best of luck coming up in the regular season and then going forward into the county tournament and beyond.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Good luck, fun. Dean. Go get him.
All right, now moving on in our No Coaches, Players Only edition of It's Hockey Night here on a snowy Thursday night in North Jersey. As we welcome in our next guest, he is Passaic Valley / Cedar Grove's Dan Lipinski. Dan, thanks for joining us here on It's Hockey Night.
No problem.
So school functions were canceled and everything else. What does a hockey guy do on a night like this to stay sharp? I mean, are you watching the World Cup of hockey this evening?
Oh, yeah, always. Always got to get a little mix in. Got to do both.
What do you think of the U.S.'s loss today?
Oh, man, it's crazy. I was rooting for them the entire time, man. Can't believe they lost.
Yeah, well, disappointment, Corey Robinson. You're a Bruins fan. You know all.
You want to know what? They lost. The goaltending wasn't good today. And they didn't capitalize early, and they were it fell apart. That's basically what happened.
All right, Corey, why don't you start by asking Dan Lipinski something about Passaic Valley Cedar Grove hockey? That's why we have him on here tonight on It's Hockey Night.
Dan, I saw you. I saw the team start off with a nice, convincing win over my colleagues' Riverdale Westwood team there, and you got off to a really good start. But the last, I guess, 4 or 5 games haven't been as good as what you'd like. I think you lost a close one to Knowles. What's the team need to do right now to turn things around?
Honestly, I just think we just need to stay healthy, because over the past couple of weeks, everybody's just kept on getting sick and sick. We just have to put our mind to the game, just focus, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
And just looking at it, you lost to some really good teams, so it's not like you're losing to easier teams or anything. So the 3-2 game to Morris Knowles is obviously were you winning that one at 1.2-1?
Yeah, we were winning, but I think we just sort of let off. Both of their goals were on penalties, I believe.
Right.
And yeah.
Well, you definitely could. If you're in that game that close, you definitely, I would say, have a good chance to win that tournament that you're going to be in. Kev, anything?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny. I was going to ask about those 3 games too, because I know Coach Sheehan pretty well. Obviously, playing him in our league, and he was excited for this season. He said, Kev, my team this year reminds me of how you guys were last year, senior-laden team. I wanted to pick up a tough holiday schedule, which he did for you guys. I know you guys lost those games, but what did you, besides forget about the kids being sick, because I know that definitely played a role, but what did you guys take away from that game? Because you kind of said it probably in your answer about penalties. I'm sure that's going to be in your answer, but what else did you see that you have to do in order to win those games against those better teams?
Basically, it was just the penalties, but other than that, it was just winning battles, honestly. We were just playing, sort of lazy. But, yeah, we just, we weren't getting on pucks, we weren't winning battles, and that's just, the little things that win games.
Yeah, especially against those teams, those deeper teams with 3-4 lines, and, that's what it is. You hit it on the head. I mean, you got to win your one-on-one battles. Obviously, you got to stay out of the box, like you said, and I think you guys could be right there. And I think those 3 games, as I told your coach, are gonna help you. I know right now record-wise they don't, but I think come February they're gonna help you.
Yeah, we're just there, but we're not there to. It's just our record's not showing.
Might help you to play Riverdale again. You want to get an independent matchup? We can make that happen. Dan, would you like to say anything to the Riverdale head coach while you got him here? I mean, did you maybe leave the stick hanging over the boards when you cruise by the bench or anything like that? Or
No.
We always have good games with Passaic. Dan's
so
a big lacrosse guy too, aren't you, Dan?
Yeah, I'm the captain of my team.
All right, little plug for them. How you guys look in the spring?
For lacrosse, not so good this year, honestly.
You want to play fair one? We got a couple independent openings.
or Seacombs. We could also make that happen for you too. Dan, let me ask you this. Dan, back to hockey. You guys got a chance to hit the reset button when this county tournament gets going here, Passaic County Tournament. We broke some news to you before we went on the air that you guys are the number 3 seed there, and it's not a big field. There is probably a Lakeland and Wayne, but it's not that there's that much of a separation between all the teams in the field. How do you guys feel? Is that it sounds to me like it's a good opportunity for you guys to make a run.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. It's just it was a sad loss in the winter tournament at Ice Vault against Wayne. I feel like we could have beat them, but we just let loose at the end. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you a senior?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a senior.
So how about going through the county tournament for the last time? I mean, it's got to feel different this time around, knowing it's your last shot at it.
Yeah, definitely for the last time. I mean, my past 3 years haven't even came close to going into finals or anything. But yeah, hopefully we just get somewhere this year.
Well, It's Hockey Night has a way of putting the positive juju on anybody who comes on as a guest. So
Yes.
we are sending Dan Lipinski. Listen, I'm going to sit here. I have my little Wayne Knights voodoo doll. I'm going to poke a couple needles in it. So, Dan Lipinski, thank you for joining us here on It's Hockey Night. This was fun, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Good luck, Dan.
All right, interesting stuff there. The first time we've ever tried it, and I believe it worked out pretty well. 4 players from around North Jersey on It's Hockey Night. But that was just the appetizer, because anybody who listens to this show regularly, when we do this show regularly, knows that at the end of it, we always do our rankings. Now, we're going to have to forego the high school portion of the event this week due to circumstances beyond our control, namely the upcoming seeding of a not-to-be-named county tournament. So we will skip right to the Great Eights, which is our 2 resident experts telling everybody else out there how much they don't know about professional hockey. It is the Great Eights. It's Hockey Night. Rankings. All right, which one of you 2 are going first? Corey, how would you like to break this down?
Do you want to go 8-8, 7-7, or are we going straight through the list?
You 2 should work that out amongst yourselves.
I like that idea. Let's go.
I don't think we've done that before, right?
Listen, the entire format of the show has changed, so we have a new twist. We're going to start with Corey Robinson naming the 8th best team as we speak in the National
Is the Los Angeles Kings.
The L.A. Kings.
Really?
Love the L.A. Kings, yes.
Seems to be some dissension.
I'm confused here. I mean, they're a very good team. I have them up, but at number 8, I have Corey's favorite, the black and gold of the Boston Bruins.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Like that one.
All right, Corey.
Like that one.
Continue
number 7 is the Boston Bruins.
Okay, so we're close there. I have the Predators of Nashville, tough place to play. I have them at 7.
Nashville, Tennessee?
Maybe a Radio Row show from there, too, while you're looking into the Notre Dame thing.
Well, I didn't even realize that they played hockey in Tennessee.
They went to the finals last year?
Yeah. Oh, they did? Okay, I guess I should have done that then. Number 6.
I will stay with that thought, and it is the Nashville Predators.
Okay. Kev.
We're right on. We're right with each other for the most part. I got the Blues at number 6.
Okay.
Very good.
St. Louis. Corey, number 5.
The Washington Capitals.
Can't win the big one. I don't know why you put them in
Correct,
here.
but they can win the big one in January.
Yeah, they're like, the champions of the underpants Olympics. They look good until you put them out on the ice in a big spot.
Well, speaking of looking good, I got the Caps at 5 as well.
Oh,
wow!
Look at this.
We haven't done the show in a month, but it's like you 2 have mind melded here.
Yes.
Corey, number 4.
Number 4, if I'm not mistaken, in the last show we did that you omitted the Great 8,
right.
They might have been my number 1. It is the St. Louis Blues.
Well, it's a good thing I deleted it last time because, look, you had them at number 1 and now they're number 4. So I saved you some embarrassment.
A lot of action going on.
Kev, who's your number 4?
I got the Kings at 4. I really like this team, especially later in the, once we do our 50th show this year, they will move up. But yeah, I got the Kings at 4.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you bet against Gretzky. Go ahead, Corey, number 3.
Number 3, it starts to get tough here. Now's where the real handicapping begins for me.
Go ahead.
I'm going to go with, not because any panelists agree with this, but I'm going to go with the Winnipeg Jets.
The Winnipeg Jets. I'm not falling for that.
Yes.
They moved out of Winnipeg years ago.
Yes, and they're back.
I mean, our minds are... listen, this is no joke, folks who are listening or are going to listen.
You're right.
This is no joke. I got the win, and I had a good joke for Corey Doviak. I was going to say, have you ever heard of Winnipeg? So, but yes, I have them at. I think they've only lost 2 or 3 games at home.
It's about 60 below zero there right around now at this time of year.
That's all right. That's all right.
It's a balmy 14 degrees here at the world headquarters of NorthJerseySports.com compared to what it is in Winnipeg. And again, my hockey knowledge, everything I know comes from the 1992 edition of Sega. So, when I think Winnipeg Jets, Frederick Olesen, I think, was a good player for the Jets. And that
sounds right.
It's hard to go back and even find that gaming console, so I think I'm safe. Corey Robinson, who's the number 2 in your grade?
We're going to hit the warm weather, and we're going to go down to Florida, the Tampa Bay Lightning.
All right, Tampa Bay. And
this
Kev,
isn't fair.
You're number 2,
This
Kev?
isn't fair. Yeah, I got Tampa as my 2, too. So I
think I'm going to hit this right here. We're both at number 2?
Yep.
The number 1 team in the National Hockey League.
There it is.
We got that or what?
Yes, we got it.
Are we on the same page, Mr. Maven?
Yes,
Las Vegas, baby. With Marc-Andre Fleury in goal.
Hey, talk about Radio Row.
Come on, Las Vegas. I'm not falling for it.
I think that's a pretty good moment in the show.
Yes, and I know you guys did a lot of pre-production, but I'm not falling for it. I know there's no team in Las Vegas. Even I know that there's no team in Las Vegas. You're not going to pull the wool over my eyes that easily. This was a fun edition of It's Hockey Night. Next week we will unbar the door. We'll let some coaches back in because we're going to have a lot to talk about with the county tournament starting up. So, Corey, go seed it tomorrow and drop your scepter of knowledge on that room tomorrow night.
We got a great staff there. There's just one voice of knowledge is this, and the rest of those guys are great too, so we'll be good.
And Maeve, just try to stay out of his way and let him do his magic. We'll see you next week on It's Hockey Night.
Follow the leader.